If you're frustrated because your irons don't feel as good as they should, I want you to check this really small detail in your golf swing, because this could be where the answer lies. I've coached a lot of golfers over the years who have this fault, not aware of it, don't even know what they're looking for, and so they're never going to fix it. I want to share that with you, show you how to look for it, and then obviously more importantly, show you how to fix it. So what you're going to do is you will need to take a video of your golf swing from face on, ideally slow motion. And we're looking at specifically iron clubs here, but from setup, I want you to reference the top of the grip. Now, if you've got the ability to put a line on that camera or that footage, brilliant, but just reference the top of the grip and where that is, and you can see me doing that there. Now, what you'll see from great ball strikers with the irons, not so much with the woods, but with the irons, is as they're coming into the delivery position, I'm going to go down the grip so you can see it a little bit clearer. As they're getting into the delivery position, the grip of the golf club at some point gets lower than it was at address. Now, clearly that was much lower because I've shortened the golf club. But even if I was to hold it normally, that grip would get lower pre-impact. If it's lower at pre-impact and it stayed low, the club would hit the ground before the ball. So if it's lower, it means that the grip needs to be moving up away from the ground at contact. How does the grip move up away from the ground? Well, it means that the lead shoulder needs to be moving up away from the ground. Is that a good thing? Yes. It means that the lead hip needs to be moving up away from the ground. Is that a good thing? Yes. It means that the lead knee is starting to straighten. That's a good thing. It means that the golfer needs to be pushing away from the ground. That's a good thing. All of these high-level golfers that we see on TV, with their lead side, are moving up away from the ground, which means that the grip is moving up away from the ground. And just because the grip is moving up, doesn't mean the club head is moving up. The club head can move down. Now, if you're someone who puts yourself on video, what you might find, and I say it's really common, is that grip at delivery is higher. Now, already if it's higher here, what does that tell you? It means that you're probably going to thin it. You're probably not going to find the center, you're not going to take a divot. So what are you going to be doing through impact? You're going to be dropping the knees, you're going to be stalling your rotation, you're not going to be doing any of the things that great players do. And you're going to hit shots where you're looking more like this, where you're trying to search for the ground or search for the golf ball. Great players lower it here and then they push and explode out. Now that sounds like there's a lot of timing involved and it sounds like it's difficult, but if you want to strike the ball really solid, you've got to do this. So why is this a fault and how are we going to fix it? Well, I've been doing a lot of work with the Swing Coach app. You might have seen me post about it. I'll put a little link here. You can try it for free. And what we're seeing with that Swing Coach app is that there's a lot of golfers at the moment who are turning in their backswing with their shoulders too level. So as you can see, when I level my shoulders out, what's that naturally doing to my head position? Well, it's causing it to go up. So if I'm making a backswing and I'm gaining height, straight away it's going to be harder for me to get those hands into that position. So the first thing I want you to do is check that. Check your shoulder angle. As a pattern, elite golfers tend to turn their shoulders on more of an angle than we see from the amateur game. The amateurs turn them to level. So what we've got to try and be feeling here is if I take this club and put it across my shoulders, the first thing I want you to do is imagine that your right hip or your pocket on your right side in your backswing is going behind you and your lead shoulder is going what you feel is more down towards the golf ball. You can see as I do that, I can even see from my shadow that my head is staying nice and level. When my shoulders turn to level and my hips move in towards the golf ball, my head moves up. Now, if my head is moving up in my backswing, I mean, straight away, it's going to be almost impossible for me to get that grip lower at this stage. So the first little exercise is to get yourself set up, right pocket behind you, shoulder down. And that might, for some of you, feel like you're more tilted over the golf ball. Feel what that's like. Take a mental image of what that position feels like, because when you introduce the golf club again, you've got to move into that position. Okay, you've got to actually stand there and go, what did that feel like? Right pocket back, left shoulder down. That's my top of the backswing position. Now, those of you who have got the Swing Coach app, you can use that. It can tell you instantly whether your shoulders are too flat or too steep, so there's no guesswork. It's going to give you that feedback. I'd love you to give it a try. So backswing, we've got that sorted. What happens in the downswing? Well, I think this is because golfers are trying to shallow the golf club. They're trying to get the club more from the inside. They've heard about shallowing. They've heard that steep is bad, but there's rights and wrong ways to do it. Many golfers are trying to shallow the golf club with the body. What do I mean by that? Well, let's just go into our half backswing position. Okay, here. Now, let's think of that movement that we just spoke about in the backswing. Shoulders leveling out, hips going in. What does that do to the golf club? It shallows it. So when I use my body and I stand up out of my posture, it shallows the golf club. The opposite would be the case. If I got more angle, it steepens the golf club. So what we're seeing is golfers aware that they're steep, they're out to win, they're cutting across the ball, they're watching videos, they're seeing and hearing that they need to shallow the downswing. And what we're getting is, even if they've got a great backswing, is they're using the body to shallow the golf club. And guess what? It's working. The golf club is into a shallower position, but it's at the expense of the body. And because the shoulder's up and the hips have gone in, you now cannot get that grip low enough. And remember what we said, you can't get the grip low enough, you can't strike it like the best players do. I want you to strike it like the best players, because trust me, it feels incredible. But from here, what's your rotation going to do? It's going to stall. When your rotation stalls, what happens? You flick at it. You get really uncontrollable club faces. Ball's going to go left and right. You're going to thin it, you're going to fat it, you're going to get all of those things that so many of you are going to be struggling with. You've seen me do this before, the Justin Rose drill. I love this. He will go up, he will increase the flex in his body, but he shallows it by pushing the arms down. So this is what I want you to do. You've got good tilts. We increase those tilts as we push the hands down. What we're doing is we're getting good body shape and we're moving the grip lower. Now I am here, I am in the position that I want to be in. From here, I can pivot through, I can do all the things that the great players do. That drill is so, so powerful. And as if by magic, we're in a different location. So the course here at Alzora, it's getting busy, we had to move at the driving range. So that Justin Rose drill is phenomenally powerful because it's teaching you that the body really in transition should, if anything, increase in flex a little bit. We should almost work a little bit closer to the ground. And then by working the arms down, we naturally get the grip at this point lower than it was at setup. So it kind of ticks all those boxes. We're shallowing the club, well, not shallowing the club, we're lowering the club in the correct way. Doesn't need to shallow. Maybe that's another video there. We need to lower the club, but we're not lowering it by using the body that so many golfers do that get you stuck. What you're going to feel when you do this little exercise is you're going to feel, number one, that the club's in a great delivery position, grip is lower, but you feel loaded here, that you can continue your pivot. When you do it the wrong way, you get blocked off, you get stuck, and so many of you are going to have those feelings. You know, playing golf and feeling like you can't get through the golf ball, as well as not being able to strike it. So let's go ahead and hit one, doing the Justin Rose drill. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a couple of these Alzora tees just to mark where this golf ball is, because many of you will be thinking, yeah, if the grip is lower, how do you make sure you don't hit it heavy? Well, we can do it correctly. So let's go ahead and show you. So we're going to go set up, we go up, shoulders are tilted, body squeezes, Justin Rose drill, hands get lower. And then from here, as long as I pivot out the way with my lead side and actually pull the handle up, we can strike it. So we start to get, if you look at where those divots are, we start to get the divot being target side of the ball. We start to get the contact and the low point target side of the ball. We start to be able to compress it, squeeze it, strike it. And I'm doing that with body turn. And when we do it with body turn, we're able to stabilize the face a lot more. The space rotation, the reason everyone's golfing, but we're able to stabilize it a lot more. So let me show you that again. Back in between the tees. We go good tilt, more angle, lower the arms. There's my check that it's lower than it was. And then I pivot. And that was a little heavy. That was a little heavy, so I probably did that a little bit extreme, so we'll do one more. And ultimately, what we're really trying to get you to do is feel through the golf swing that there's a change in levels. What I mean by that is it's down, up. It's what great players are doing. They're going down with the hands, down with the body, up through impact. And that's how you can do it. I love the Justin Rose drill. I use it for my golf swing. I use it for so many of my students. It's great for fixing some club path issues, but it's also just really good for getting these hands lower. So I'd love you to video golf swing, look at it face on, see where the handle is. If it's not lower, or at least at the same level as it was, then I think you need to do some work on it, and I would use this Justin Rose drill as a way to do that.